It needs to because wow, guys, we voted and also the vote, the guys, the voting results, the coalitions. I don't know what's happening in this country, but man, I'm just a girl, guys.
Yeah.
I am just a girl. The markets are reacting like crazy when they want to react when it suits
Mm.
them. Just like we have racists in parliament, people are not showing up for to take the oath. I'm just like, what the hell is going on in this country?
Like
Like every day, just watching the news like you're watching a series.
yeah, like it's so crazy, like how everything, like what everything that's going on. Alana MK like is having this what do they call it? Main character syndrome or whatever.
Syndrome, yeah,
Yeah, every
yeah,
time they announce that they're not showing up for anything, and nobody really
yeah.
cares because then it's not like they're the majority or anything.
Nah.
Yeah. Alana, like tomorrow is what the inauguration of the president.
Inauguration.
I wonder what is going to happen there.
What time is it happening? Because I was watching the news around 5 p.m. and they said 12 hours, it was my timestamp, it was 17:03, right?
Yeah,
And they said 12 hours, 56 seconds, 6 minutes and something seconds before the inauguration.
which means
Unless in
five in the
society,
morning.
guys, that's 6 a.m. Exactly. You took Mama, please, because I thought it was 5 in the morning. Then I checked the minutes. It was 12:56. So I'm like, that's literally 6 a.m. Why are they doing inauguration with 6 a.m.? Because I'm watching this on like on the ETV news. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? I even got I'm just like, maybe I can't count anymore. I'm just like, nah, guys, 12 hours from now is 5. So adding the 6 minutes and the 3 minutes from now, it's 6 a.m. Who's doing inauguration with 6 and who's watching them?
It's an odd time to start an inauguration. Even if we were to say, we'd see probably the
Unless they
army
say
is
the
going to.
gates are opening at 6.
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know.
Yeah, because now I'm thinking that even if it's like the army doing something, because the army is heavily involved in the inauguration, it still
Yes,
feels a bit too
no one
early.
is watching.
Yeah, it feels a bit too early to actually start. I mean, if they stayed like 8 a.m. or something, it would probably make some
Yes,
sense. But six
some
in the
sense,
morning,
correct.
6 a.m. is
That's
crazy.
wild.
It's still dark by then.
It's still
At
dark.
6.
Like, it's still dark at 6. I don't know what their plan is really. I so when hey, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm happy about this inauguration, but hey, there's a
Yeah,
lot of things I'm not happy about as a South African right now. So it is what it is.
yeah. Because I was
It is
looking
what it
at
is.
this. Yeah, I was looking at this what's GNU thing, whatever that they have. It's actually really just the ANC and the DA, and
Yes,
everybody else is just brought along just to make up the 63% that they need, or
correct.
66% that they
Yeah,
need in Parliament. But otherwise, it's just the DA and the ANC in
it's
there.
just them. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's literally just them. Everybody else is just there for decoration
yeah, yeah. Everyone's just there
because
to
they'll
have fun.
always be outsmarted, outvoted, and all of that all the
Mm.
time. So
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Gayton McKenzie because he's very excited about being in Parliament now.
I
So
mean, you see the ones that he wants, he must take them. You see, because I think he wants the Minister of Police and Home Affairs. If
yeah,
you were to give him one, he must take Home Affairs.
nah.
Like, I don't care who says what. I don't care who says what. I'm judging. It's fine. He must
Yeah.
take Home Affairs. Because the
Oh man.
police ministry is a bit tricky. Because I mean, he was a Skevenga, guys. So,
Yeah, but
so it's tricky.
yeah, because now I'm thinking like imagine Gayton McKenzie as a minister of police. Uh,
You understand?
yeah, like a former criminal. God, we cannot uh, persecute someone about their past, but it would be
Hmm.
very ironic to have like a former criminal um, become a minister of police in the country.
It was very ironic. And funny thing, when you mentioned Abaye past, Mawabega, almost all of them right now, hey, they have a past, hey?
Yeah,
A lot of them, a
and
lot of them have a past. Just like if we're doing that, that means a lot of you guys shouldn't be sitting in parliament right
but
now.
Yeah,
Because not everyone's pastors are pastors. They were exiled, then they went to prison for fighting for our country. Abang, they were doing fraud. Abang, guys, they did a lot of things, committing perjury. Guys, a lot of things were done. People are
like
racist or they are reformed racists. So if we
yeah,
were to look at people's past right now, it
no
would
one
be a
should be
thing
in
of,
there.
guys, let's just do the S. Let's just redo this whole thing again because they don't deserve to be there.
Yeah, yeah. Like and now that you actually mention it, and I'm thinking about it, there's really, really no one who is clean in there. Like everyone
It's
has
not like,
something.
guys, no one.
Yeah, none of the people in parliament are clean, or at least none of the people that we know that we are fully aware of. Because I'm looking at Malusi Kikaba, also back in parliament now, and just a couple of years
Hmm.
ago was sitting at the commission of inquiry just into
Inquiry.
state capture. The very same person that he was testifying to is the one that is that gave him that it did the which what do you
The
call?
oath.
Yeah, the oath. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how does this guy
It's a
who was chairing,
series, guys. This
yeah, like,
country is a movie.
like
This country.
how does the same guy who was chairing the commission of inquiry, how does he just sit there and allow this person to, especially with all the evidence that was given to him, and he was there, looking at all this
Hmm.
evidence, and now he's the one who is swearing him in as a member of parliament. Like, how do you just sit there and continue doing your job? Because I mean, in that position, you should be the one also to raise some concerns. Which how does so and so
Correct.
come in here
Yes.
and take an oath? Yet it just happens.
I remember because I was watching all of them taking the oaths and the affirmations last week. I'm just like, guys, when I'm I won't get because also what doesn't, guys, an oath is not binding. I'm
No, it's
sorry, but
not.
it's not binding, especially to our politicians. They have zero conscience.
No one cares.
They don't care. Nobody cares. Even if you see, even the one that says, "So help me God." What if I'm atheist? I don't care a damn
Yeah,
about that. I'll say,
yeah.
I'm pleasing you. But it's not binding on my conscience. So I'm just like all of them right now. They can say this and literally tomorrow or today, later in the day, go
Because
still something.
yeah, and I'm looking also at President Ramaphosa. We'll see. Just now, there's that whole pala pala thing. Uh, and now he's still taking an oath saying Gutsi will
Hmm.
serve this country with integrity.
He's lying.
Honestly,
Not him.
you
Not him.
know.
I see all of them. Not him. Please, yo guys,
Oh man.
yo, that man. You know what? Okay, guys. Sibonile at this point.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, we are not that type of podcast. We are not here to talk politics and the state of the country.
It's
Um,
good
uh,
they affect all of us, man.
yeah,
It's guys.
yeah, it
Because
really
if
does.
the markets are getting cooked, if the rand is getting cooked, I'm like, oh. So now
Yeah.
the rand can the rand to the dollar. I'm just like, oh, okay. So
Mm,
it depends on who sneezes.
yeah, because I saw
Depends on who sneezes.
because funny enough, I was just looking at it before we started, and it's very very close to getting below 18 rand.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, very very close to getting below 18 rand, which is quite interesting. It's very,
Wow.
very interesting. And also in itself, that is an issue. When you remember, Guti, we're just talking
Exactly.
about this manipulation of the rand not too long ago.
Exactly.
And nothing happened regarding that
Nothing
either.
happened. It's kind of
Yeah.
good to ban or who's been pinpointed and who's been fingered with all this thing.
Mm,
Then if I'm tiny, then something is gonna happen. But if it's someone that they like or whatever, nothing happens.
yeah.
Fortunately, it's the name of the game.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Really, this South Africa is alive with possibilities. Eh?
It's a life full possibilities. This country.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, but it also reminds us, Guti, but with our national anthem, we are praying to God to protect us and guide us. And it
Akasizi.
seems like there's no blanket to his
Akasizi.
protection. Yeah.
Nah. Akasizi Hashem. As at this point, I feel like, and then we have multiple languages in it. So I'm just like,
Mm.
which language must we say it in? Because It's not just linear. We've been saying it in different languages. Maybe we were hoping if you're not hearing it in Zulu, you'd hear it in Hausa and
Yeah.
something. But even the Afrikaans, you're not hearing, Chief. Like even the English, what do you want to hear? No,
Ah,
but
he's hearing us and he's hearing everyone. He's protecting pretty much everyone, even the criminals.
I want a blue
Yeah.
tick, eh? Motswako. That oath
But-
is blue ticking us, guys.
yeah. Or maybe we just need to be more specific, like rewrite the whole thing and be more specific. But protect South Africans except the criminals.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. We need to
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway,
be more intentional.
yeah. Like honestly, you need to be more intentional with it. Yeah, but anyway, welcome to a brand new episode of the Oracles. My name is Manelisi, and with me is the beautiful, the superstar Oracle Z Mazibu. Z, we just got into the whole conversation. Didn't even ask how you doing. How you doing, man?
I'm well, man. As I said earlier, I'm okay. I'm just going through a lot of emotions with the state of our country right now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's concerning for everyone. I feel like you can't be a South African right now and not be concerned about what's happening, you
Mm,
know, knowing the part that you played when you went to vote. There's a lot of things that we need to like seriously look into as the citizens of this country. Because at the end of the day, hey, whatever we're doing right now, we are building our future in it. And if we're super interested in, we are messing up our future. So I think
yeah.
I'm just going through a lot of emotions with what's happening. And I just hope everything works out, man. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I just hope everything works out.
Yeah.
And how are you doing?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Enjoyed the long weekend a bit. Actually, I realized like almost in the afternoon yesterday that it was a public holiday. I woke up, like went through like my uh
Mhm.
regular morning things and everything, sat at my desk, started working. And I made a call to someone and they told me, hey, Ndoda, it's a public holiday. Why are you calling me about this? And then it's only then I realized.
Oh,
It's only
what
then that
time
I
was this?
realized. I think it was like around just after 11. Just after
Okay, not,
11,
not,
yeah.
not bad. At least the day hadn't really been like wasted, you working like that.
Yeah.
Because if it was 2, 3, I'd be mad. I'd be like, what?
Yeah, because I was wondering why certain emails were not being responded to
Mm,
until I made a call. Like, I mean, I'll be in the office tomorrow. It's a public holiday today. But yeah, man, I'm good. At least it took a bit of a load off from today.
yeah.
Yeah, so I was able to start my day a bit later. But yeah, everything's all good now, I guess.
But today felt like a Monday and a Tuesday in one. Like I don't know, man. The day had a lot going on, and it came to work. So I
Yeah,
just feel
that's
like
true.
everything was just
Yeah, that's true.
work shift. Like I
And
felt it.
somehow I feel like people were still adjusting uh, into starting the week today.
Mm,
Yeah, because it felt a bit slow, Nyana. But otherwise it's okay, I guess. It's okay at the moment. But yeah, what was it last week or the week before? There was a
mm,
whole Kabza orchestra thing. I
mm.
don't know if you were able to catch that.
Now I just saw a few snippets online, but I didn't go.
Yeah.
And funny thing, I didn't have FOMO now
Mm.
beforehand. And afterwards, when I saw the snippets, I think when I saw who he brought out, I don't know why in my head, I just didn't think he'd go back to the Kabza from years ago,
Go.
like your Nogwazis, I didn't, in my head, I didn't think it'd go that far back. So
Yeah.
when I saw those features, I was just like, damn,
Yeah.
okay, I missed out on one. Because that's my favorite Kabza from years back, like
Right.
Kabza 2016, 2019,
Mm.
that's my favorite. Because when I saw that, I was like, I missed out. But because I think they are doing like a recording that they're gonna release. I hope they are. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that. I feel like it's something that I'm going to enjoy a lot. Look at how everyone they took pride in their work, from the way
Mm.
they looked to how they presented themselves to how they performed. I feel like people came out there and they made sure they took serious interest in their careers, in their
Yeah.
artistry, and I loved seeing that. From the snippets that I saw, everyone made sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, everyone looked good, but Nkosazana daughter always catches me by surprise by how tall she is. Like
Hey,
every time I see her, I'm thinking like when she started making music, when she break through into the mainstream, was she always this tall, or did she like grow taller
I
after?
swear I feel you. I feel you. Because in my head, she wasn't this tall. In my head,
Yeah,
I understand she's wearing heels in the,
yeah.
because the picture she took
And
was
she
pouring
likes
and she was
wearing
actually
heels as
bending.
well.
And she was bending when she took a picture of the pouring. And
Uh,
Kabza is small, right? I'm used
Yeah,
to that. But when she was bending, when she took a picture of the pouring, I'm just like, Chief, how tall are you? And also understand that you're wearing heels, right?
yeah.
But I didn't think she was that tall when she started out. I don't know why, but I really didn't think she was that tall. Unless she's great. Because I think, isn't she like 21 or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how old she is.
I don't know. Maybe she's growing, or maybe because I'm not. I really don't know what it is at this point, but I know she's quite tall.
Yeah, because I mean, in my head, like I'm trying to remember her from when she started, when she broke through. She was almost like average height, I guess. I don't remember her
Yeah.
actually being as tall as she is. So it's like every time I see her, she just catches me by surprise. Uh, but but going back to the whole orchestra thing. I saw some responses from people with snippets that were going around. People
Mm.
talking about, guys, we need to be honest about this thing, regarding the how the orchestra sounds through it. But in my head, I'm like thinking, well, see, these people either have never listened to a live band,
And orchestra.
or they're actually not being honest about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I kind of understand if they've never listened to a live
Or
band,
they're not understanding the concepts as well.
yeah, and not understanding the concept as well. Because or how I saw it is that okay, because I listened to it now. I'm listening to my phone. I'm listening through my phone. I mean, and to me, it kind of sounded like. Uh, to me, I thought that okay, if you were actually in there listening to this thing, if you've
Yeah.
actually ever heard a live band before, you know that it sounds different from how it sounds right now through your phone. So you're not going to hear absolutely everything. To you,
Yeah.
it's going to sound like it's not as great as you thought it might be. But for someone who's listening live, they know, see, this is actually good and they're actually enjoying it. It's very different
Yes.
from when you're listening live as compared to when you're listening from home.
Yep. I was saying the same thing. I think I was speaking to a colleague the other day, like after it happened. I'm just like, we're not gonna hear the same sound quality when you are live and when you're on for them to release out to the public at a later stage. I think after that is done, we need to have a conversation because one thing about people online, they'll find something to we need to be honest about even when there's no need,
Yeah,
So I feel like I'm not judging it yet because I feel like I want to see the whole thing. I want to listen
mm,
to the whole thing and hear how it sounds. But from what I saw, I feel like people had a good time. People got their money's worth.
yeah,
And it was a brilliant idea, man. It was different.
yeah. It
It was really
was.
different.
Yeah, like I really believe that we need to see more of shows like this, but also because I was curious about how they would actually make it work.
Mm.
As far as because you have to remember that for Kabza does not write music, so everything that he does, he's doing on a computer. It's just using his keyboard, using
Mm.
computer software, whatever it is to make the music. So for them to take that and to actually put it into like write the notes and everything for each instrument to play whatever it is that they are playing. That in itself, like, is brilliant. But it's
It's
brilliant
amazing.
work for yeah, it's really amazing for them to do that. And I really wish that we could see more of this happening.
And I need it because I feel like there's one thing about music creation. It's the best thing ever because it makes you tap into the mind of the artist behind everything. Yes, they make this music, but I feel like when they do something like this, it shows how creative they are. You
Yeah.
know, it's more than just them producing a song, releasing it, then performing it like they do every weekend.
Mm.
So this is something special, something different that shows what this person is a creative at the end of the day, and there are certain things that they still like to put out there, given the chance they will excel on it. And I feel like I'm not sure who came up with the idea between himself, Red Bull, and who's the lady? Is it Offensive?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's
I
offensive.
think it's Offensive. I'm not sure who between all of them came up with the idea, but whoever it was a great idea, and I feel like it tapped into everyone's creative side
Mm.
because guys putting those notes together, blending unokwazi with an orchestra, blending unjenje with an orchestra, all these people are different and all of them have a different performance style.
Yeah,
Some of them are wild, some of them are toned down, and I feel like everyone had to come together because you look at unokwazi, you look at umahu, you look at who's this youngster, you look at Jelek, you look at Mtunzi. Everyone is different, but the fact that everyone was there and everyone made it work, I feel
yeah,
like it's an amazing thing, man. I feel like everyone took it seriously, and I'm here for it. I really feel like we need more shows like these here.
yeah.
Yes, it doesn't have to be a band or an orchestra, but people just need to take pride in their work, man, and put in the work.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what the one thing that for me it pretty much which I feel they might have done differently is the live perform with everyone that was doing the vocals because with the clips that I saw it's almost as if there was no like proper rehearsal with the orchestra throughout
Oh yes,
from
yeah,
the time that they
yeah,
started. It's almost as if these guys know the lyrics, and the
yeah,
orchestra they rehearsed on their own, and
yeah.
these guys they didn't really rehearse, so they just showed up and did the whole thing. I feel like if they had actually worked on syncing everyone together, even the vocals, I think they might have done it differently as
Yeah,
compared to how they did it. Because in my head, when they said that there's this whole orchestra happening, I thought my idea in my head, I thought that we were going to hear the vocals being done differently from what we actually hear in the music. So I feel
in the
like
songs. True.
yeah, yeah. So I feel like there was that bit of a disconnect that happened there.
And there I felt it as well. I think the one person out of the snippets that I saw, I think the one person who got it right for me, not on all three of his performances, was Youngstana. Youngstana got it right a bit, and Tunzi on some songs. Because I think I heard Nugas was a bit not necessarily offbeat, but there wasn't much of like the assignment wasn't really understood
Then,
there, right?
yeah,
But I think it's because when you just love the song and you just love everything about it, you might tend
mm,
to overlook that. But I think if there's one person who kind of also, I think it's because of how he performs most of the time. He gets on stage and he sings. I think that's why he was able to gel with the orchestra with Youngstana. For me, with him, it wasn't that off. But yeah, man, I think when you say that, because I also heard there was a bit of not
disconnect.
aligning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like going forward, if they're going to do this again, that is something that's one area I feel that they need to focus on. But since we are talking about live performances and live performance, um, who for you do you think is a great performer on stage?
locally, internationally,
Let's do both.
which genre?
Let's do both.
Hmm.
Like generally speaking. Because there aren't really a lot, are there?
There aren't really a lot, but I think internationally, I'd bet my money on Chris Brown. Yeah, I think he's one person that can hold it down. At the top of my head right now, I'm thinking Chris Brown, and if we're still internationally, I'd say Beyonce.
Yeah.
I'd say Beyonce. I feel like as much I'm not a beastie. Like I'm not part of the beehive or anything. But credit goes where credit is due, and I feel like she holds her own.
Mm.
Beyonce can perform, guys. I feel like she takes, when you take your art so seriously, and you
Yeah.
don't just take the pipe part of it seriously. Yes, as an artist, as a performer, you need to focus on your pipes, right? Make sure that you're singing well and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I feel like she takes everything seriously from the way she looks to how she dances, along with her dances, to how everything sounds. So I feel like the entire musical experience is something that she prides herself in.
Yeah.
Because there are people who, how we always talk about artists who just focus on the music and they don't focus on the music side of business, or the business side of music rather.
Yeah.
I feel like the other artists who do that also when it comes to performances, they only focus on just how they sound. But when you look at them, I'm just like, you're not giving me anything.
Mm.
Like, what am I
That's,
paying for?
yeah.
Like, give me an experience, give me something to look forward to. I remember the the energy that the Travis got when he was in Polokwane, the
I should.
response, the
Oh yeah,
response that
for
he
the
was
Castle Light Day.
receiving. You understand? And the one that Kendrick also got last year at that event, is
Yeah.
it
Hey neighbor.
Neighbor? Hey Neighbor, yes.
Yeah.
I think you get that only also when you pour yourself out into your craft,
Yeah.
you know. So just because you have great vocal cords doesn't mean I can perform. And I think some people kind of forget that. Yes, you might not be a dancer. You've seen how Adele performs. Adele is there with her piano, but you still immersed in that because I feel like she draws you into it.
Yeah.
So I think for me, for to name the top two in the States or international, not just the States, I think I'd say Beyonce and Chris Brown at the top of my head. Then locally, locally, ah, may his soul rest in peace. But I think I'd give it. Oh, both of them are late. Wow. Okay, that kind of hit differently. I didn't realize. Look, yeah. I'd say Ricky and Keenan.
Yeah.
Ricky
Because
and Keenan. Guys, there's no Ricky performance I have never enjoyed. If
yeah.
there's one person who left his heart on the stage was Ricky.
Yeah.
Even when the
'Cause-
mic wasn't working, he would be like, okay, guys, let's go, let's rock. And he'd perform with you guys without the mic. The sound is dead, but everybody's just singing along
no.
because of the energy he was rubbing off to the audience. So yeah, man, I think Ricky and Keenan for me locally.
Yeah, because I remember there was one performance where I don't know where it was, where Ricky literally took off all his clothes and was left in his underwear on stage.
The time it's raining.
Yeah, and it was raining. Yeah, so Ricky was that kind of performer where he
Yeah.
just gave everything on stage. But I never got the opportunity to actually see him perform live. But I did get a chance to see AKA live, and it was just amazing, especially with his band. When he was
Yeah,
performing
amazing.
with his band, it was just an
Yeah.
amazing experience. Um, Java as well. I got the opportunity to see Java perform
Don't
live,
go there, Chief, because
and
I'm not happy right now. I didn't want to mention him because I'm not a fine girl.
yeah. So
Yes, stop.
so the weekend of the 12th is not going to be a happy one for you.
Melis, people, hey?
Yeah.
Please, if you love me, if you love me,
Yeah.
the way you claim to love me, you will make a plan, my friend. You will make a plan.
Yeah.
Because, guys, I'm not okay. I'm really not.
Oh man, hopefully a plan will
What's
be
the
made.
plan?
Yeah, hopefully a plan
When
will
you're
be
speaking
made
to
for
people
that.
you haven't spoken to in a while,
Yeah.
just like, hey, stranger,
Yeah.
I don't like myself right now, but I'm just like, you know what? When you feel like you're using people, but I'm just like, hey,
Yeah.
guys, it's just Java, hey? And also, you and I didn't end on a bad note. So,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
stranger.
Oh man, yeah. Hopefully, a plan will be made. But we'll see as time goes by
Yeah.
because I would love to see him perform live again. Like he is just a brilliant performer. Even with when you saw him with Big Zulu at
Hmm.
Back to the City last year,
Yeah.
he wasn't built to perform, but he was there,
Yeah.
and they just killed it with Big Zulu on stage. So yeah, for me, um, was as far as live performances are concerned, I think AKA and Java. Uh, I don't think anyone. There's no one that I've seen perform live that comes close to them. Even
Yeah.
though and I'm open
Yeah.
to saying that there are better performers out there.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about people that I've seen perform, of all the people that I've seen perform, or at least that I can remember at this very moment, because I'm trying to think
Yeah.
who
Same.
else I've
I'm
seen.
trying to think as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I watched Kendrick Lamar's uh, uh, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers
Hmm.
tour, his performance in Paris. Yeah, it's in Paris because it's actually available on Amazon Prime. So if you've got Amazon
Hmm.
Prime, you can go and check it out. Like that performance is just amazing, and there's something about the French as well when it comes to live events because it's almost like they just go crazy. Like I've never seen a crowd that is so
Yeah.
immersed into a performance, or yeah, into a live performance as the French are, because I watched that, and the people in the crowd, they knew every single word
Yeah.
to every single song, and even like the energy and the level of the voices was incredible. Because when you watch like a live show, it tends to be difficult to hear what the crowd is saying, or when they are singing along. Normally, you just hear maybe like the screams and whatever. But with this particular one, you can hear um, them singing along to
Word
their
word
music.
for word.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is incredible. So Kendrick Lamar for me as well, besides the fact that he is my favorite uh, rap artist.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, he's I feel like he's one of the best performers, live performers. But
Yeah.
I've also heard about Common as well. Apparently, Common is brilliant
Really?
on stage. Yeah, yeah. Apparently, he's also brilliant on
Okay.
stage because and I get why he would be brilliant because he was part of the Soulquarians. I don't know if you're familiar with the Soulquarians.
No.
Okay, so in the early 2000s, late 1990s, so the Soulquarians was started by the Roots. And part of the
Oh, okay.
Soulquarians, yeah, so part of the Soulquarians is the Erica Badu's, your Jill Scott, Music Soul
Hmm.
Child, basically half, if not the entire neo soul artists. So pretty much anyone that is
Mm.
in who does neo or did neo soul in the early 2000s was most likely part of the Soulquarians. So it's all those people, and Common was also in there. So having the Roots in there, because they did the music together, they toured together. So most of the time, he would have a live band, and through the rehearsals
Oh, okay.
with the live band, he would obviously get better. Besides the fact that he's probably just electrifying, um,
Yeah.
just on his own, because I saw a picture of who was in the crowd. Um, I forget these two guys, but it's part of also the part of the culture of hip hop in the late in the 90s and early 2000s, where
Hmm.
lot of live performances was happening, and all these guys, they just came to support each other, regardless of how big or small they are, and regardless of
Hmm.
how big the crowd is. But do having to perform live while your peers are in the crowd, not just in the background, but sitting right there in front of you. I believe that it also does something for you. It's just the same as it does for comedians.
Yeah. I know it does. It really does. And now I'm interested in seeing it because I've never really thought he'd be that person, you know?
Yeah,
But I think also experience does that too.
yeah, it does. It really does. And I saw a clip of him regretting some of the beats that he passed on from Kanye. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't. I
Like,
didn't.
yeah, so he was talking about some of the beats like Wouldn't Get Far by
Mhm.
Game and um is it Dreams? Yeah, I think it's Dreams. Also by
Really?
the Game. Those, yeah, so those two
Was
beats,
that meant for him?
yeah, they were meant for him. Kanye made those
Oh,
beats, offered them to Common. He passed on them. What was the name of the song with Adam Levine? Um, it's by Kanye. Uh,
which
like
one?
I forget the names of these songs. Let me just find it very quickly.
It has been a while, so
Yeah. Yeah, because I actually saw this clip like a couple of weeks ago. Uh no, it's not on this album. But yeah, like Kanye basically the premium beats, a lot of the premium beats which became hits eventually, a lot of them, he offered them to Common, which is something that you do not see very often with
yeah,
producers. So if a producer basically gives you beats from the A folder, or so they call it, then they have great respect for you. And that's the kind of respect that Kanye
mhm,
had for Common. And Common just decided, good to know, right now at this time, I cannot do it. But for Kanye to feel that way, good say, actually wanted to give you these beats,
yeah.
and you're passing on them, then I'm going to use them. Either I'm going to
I
give them
use
to
it.
somebody else, or I'm going to use them
Yeah,
myself. Yeah.
myself.
So
True.
yeah, yeah. So Common was just expressing. Was just
Regrets
expressing
only,
that, yeah,
only
that kind
pain.
of regrets, yeah. Yeah. Which album was
And
it on?
while we're on the performance now,
Yeah.
um, who do you think if they took their craft like very, very seriously when it came to performances, who do you think would be like one of the best performers in this country?
South Africa.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think.
And it doesn't have to be hip
But
hop, it can be any genre.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think. Um, who could that be, Jay?
Yes, this person
But
is good musically, this person is good lyrically, and in the studio they do amazing, but just
yeah,
something
but
lacking when they perform.
on stage, um, because I don't know. Like I've never seen KO really perform. I don't know if how good he is on stage, because I've never heard anyone
He's not
talk.
bad.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone
No,
talk.
he's okay, man. He's okay. You
Yeah,
can feel his presence.
no.
Yeah, you
Uh,
can feel his presence. Oh, flip. You know who's amazing? Sorry to backtrack.
yeah.
I think they're getting back together now. Black Motion. Let me tell you.
Yo,
Let Black Motion, guys. Ah,
Black Motion has always been.
when you just like, I'll stand in the rain for these
Yeah,
guys. Literally, guys. That was my first time. I'm like, I'm standing in the rain. I don't care. As soon as they're done, then I leave.
yeah,
I'm just like, and funny thing, I think with that, it happened years ago. Was it 2014? Yeah, it's been 10 years. You know, funny thing, that's why I always say, I feel like for me, Black Motion, I don't know what about their music is very spiritual to me, but there's some spiritual connection I just feel from Black Motion, right?
mm,
And funny how when they started performing, the weather was fine, but it was summer, spring, it was September. The weather was fine, everything. I don't know how and when it changed. but it's just that drizzling. And the more, literally, the more they hit those drums, the rain poured, Manelisi. The
Yeah.
more they hit, everyone was just like, what the hell is going on? It was such a while, even people who are just not like, who don't focus on such things,
Yeah.
that day everyone was just like, conte off la. Because it went from, an event that's in the park. Let's go in Sanson, like Ellisfield Park. Everybody's chilling on my camp chair. Everyone's looking cute. It's a spring day. People are wearing shorts. The weather literally did a complete 180 in a matter of minutes. And the more they hit those drums, the more it poured. The more to a point where they were like, you know what, guys, we have to stop. The music, the equipment is going to get ruined. And that's how the party ended. Literally. Just
Like
like it
they pretty much
rained,
close it
Manelisi.
down.
It was no, literally. After that, everybody went home. Like I think it was around 8, 9. The event was supposed to go on until like 1, 2, but it
Yeah.
ended because that's how bad the rain was, and it was in a park. And I was just like, these boys can perform. And that was like my second or third time seeing them live. And every time I see them, I'm just like, yeah. So I think it's something so to backtrack, but locally, yeah, no, I also give it to Black Motion.
Worship. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
they've always been brilliant.
Yo, man,
Like they've always been
amazing.
brilliant. Yeah. They really have. Like, but to go back now, to come back to what we're talking about now, I'm really finding it hard to. I'm really finding it difficult to find like an artist I feel that could be better. Um,
Hmm.
but actually, an artist that I haven't heard a lot of good things about is Mlindo. Because apparently, I don't know. Hopefully, he's a lot better now. But there was a time
Hmm.
when, after a certain period during the night, he'd get on stage like really, really drunk, which is something that shouldn't happen
Yeah.
for any artist. But
Nah.
his music is brilliant.
Nah.
Yeah, his music is really, really brilliant.
Oh,
But I feel
amazing.
like, yeah, but I feel like
Amazing.
if he can fix that and also maybe work on his presence on stage, I feel like
His
he could be
presence,
great.
yeah. Yeah, he could actually. Because he's amazing. His music is beautiful.
Yeah,
There's a time to this day I still listen to his album from way back, the one with Ospahle, with
yeah,
Igoli, with Java, Spahle and all of that. I'm a place. I'm just like, this album is beautiful from top to bottom. It's beautiful. And imagine being at an event or his show where he's just performing the entire album. You'd enjoy that because he's a great musician.
mm,
He's a great artist. But I remember there's a time when he was going through things. And I think that's another thing that we also tend to take lightly, especially when it comes to men in this country.
yeah.
Mm,
The
Men
mental
are not
health.
okay. I
Yeah,
don't want to say South African men because I feel like in general, men are just not okay.
mm,
Yes, we're all not okay, right? But I think with us, we're more siyakhuluma, unlike men. Yes, not every woman talks. I know for myself that I don't. But
yeah,
not every, but with men, I think 99% of them don't talk. Bafela ngaphakathi. Then you see all of these bad things happening, then you start judging them, not understanding what that's literally their outlet, or that's when now they start unraveling. Do you
mm,
understand? And because Maupega, all the things that he was dealing with, like all the performances or lack thereof, him getting drunk, him getting hurt, because I think he was on crutches at some point.
yeah,
All of those things, we don't know what led a person to that point. Even right now, we don't know why MC is smoking this much, because at some point apparently he was getting abused.
mm,
There's so many things that are happening, and when you speak about certain things as a man, you get judged and you fear getting judged, which
yeah,
is valid. Also, it's just like ngampane ngifile ngaphakathi, let me just keep quiet because I know the world doesn't care.
mm,
Do you understand? And then we judge you for talking, we also judge you for not talking because when you don't talk, now you start unraveling, and the things that you start doing are things that are quote unquote out of character. Forgetting what people go through things, and not everyone has the liberty to be like, let me do whatever, you know.
yeah.
So we don't know what people are going through when they get to that point. Because right now, I love MT. I love MT with everything in me, but I don't want to see MT perform because I know he's not gonna give me anything. He's just gonna come out there looking tired. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I'm just
yeah,
like, oh, you have so much potential. There's so much great in you. I need you to tap into that. And if it means going for therapy, go for therapy.
yeah.
But I need
Yeah.
you to tap into that.
Yeah, and actually, because I've seen MT perform, I think twice, once or twice. So
Hmm.
I get what you're talking about as well, because he has moments where he's on stage and it's almost like he doesn't want to be there.
He's not there. Yeah,
Yeah, it's almost like he doesn't want to be doing this. Yet we know, would say this moments like that, being on stage with so many people watching is something that is wanted for pretty much we can safely say as long as it has
exactly.
been doing music.
It's been
So
him. Yeah.
yeah, so for him to be in that state as well as Mlindo as well, for them to be in that state while they're on stage, doing what they love is very worrying. Um, so if they were to get over that hurdle of whatever it is that has made them
Yeah.
be that way, that would definitely be absolutely brilliant.
Never brilliant, man. There's so much potential. And I always say it's never too late. MC is young, guys.
Mm,
I really, honestly, I really want the people around him. Yes, you can't force someone to do something that they're not ready to do, right?
yeah,
But I feel like support goes a long way. Support. Yes, I don't want to say they're not supporting because I'm not close to anyone there. I don't know anyone like that. But if they are supporting him, I want them to continue supporting him, being that pillar of strength for him.
yeah,
Because he's not okay, guys. We're all saying it. Let's not act like we're not saying it.
yeah.
Like we're all
It's
saying
not.
it. MC is not grand, and it sucks. Unfortunately, it's because even right now, I haven't even watched his episode from the other podcast because I know it's going to break my heart. I love MT a lot. You know, I
Mm,
love MT a lot. And from what I've been hearing people saying, I'm just like, I don't want to subject myself to that
yeah,
because people are going through a lot. And I feel like support structure is very important. And if he doesn't have it, I hope he gets it. And if he does have it, I hope they continue being there for him until the day he's like, okay, what are we doing about it? How are we fixing it?
yeah, yeah. And the well, because I didn't watch that full episode from the podcast. But from the clips that I saw, what I noticed about him is that he is open to learning. So if you're going to tell him,
Hmm.
let's say let's say here, what you did here, this was wrong. He's able to admit what's okay, fine. As long as you tell him what this was wrong and explain to him
Okay,
why
that's
he's
great.
wrong, then he's able to accept that if you explain to him and let him see,
Okay.
would see actually, yeah, that you weren't supposed to say this or you weren't supposed to do this. But admitting uh, verbally that you're wrong, again, I also understand that it's one thing. But to actually live in correction, to actually do that physically,
Yeah.
it's another thing
Yeah, for
entirely.
sure.
Because I feel like when I do see him, when I do listen to him, I feel like he doesn't want to be this person that he is right now, that is being controlled by whatever it is that he's smoking, or
Hmm.
whether he smoked because apparently he's quit and all of that. He's quit lean, I think,
Hmm.
yeah, and I think maybe some
Great.
yeah some other drugs. Uh, but then he's just saying it. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't because
Hmm.
I've never seen him. I don't know for sure if he's quit or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't confirm that. But for him to actually admit, when he is wrong, open to learning, that is one thing. But actually living it, yeah,
Living
yeah,
it is
that
another.
that yeah, that's something else, and hopefully he does get the help he needs if he wants it, because you can't really help someone if they
It doesn't
don't
want to
want
be
the
helped.
help.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, if they don't
for
want to be
sure.
helped, you can't really help them.
Because he's an amazing artist, man. Like I've seen the crowd go crazy when he jumps on stage. Not once, not twice, multiple times. And I've experienced it myself. There's something about MT that people love.
Yeah,
You know, when people
and
just love you for who you are, and people just love you for your music. That's a deadly combo. Because there are people who are nice people, but the music doesn't bang,
yeah,
and the other way around. There's people who make nice music, but them themselves just like, what a horrible human being you are, you know?
Yeah.
But with him, it's a, he has everything, man. He's a great person. He's
Okay.
likable.
Mm.
You know, he has nice music and everything about him is nice. Just
And
that push, man.
yeah, like sometimes I can gauge how great a person is or how good they are at their craft, especially in music, by the people that they work with. You look at Stogie, for instance.
Yes.
Stogie doesn't just work with
Yeah.
anyone, but
Just
he
work with
he
anyone.
even went as
True.
far as signing Emtee to Motive.
And he bought him on his own track even. So
Yeah, yeah. You look at
so true.
you look at how the industry leaders uh, in South African music, how they speak of MT, how they
Yes.
treat him, how much
Yes.
they respect him. That tells you a lot about the kind of person that he is. But the thing
True.
is, Guti, he's got this little thing that is holding him
This
back
little thing. Yeah.
from reaching his full potential. And if it wasn't for that, I believe that MT
Maybe one
would
of the
be,
greats.
yeah, he'd be incredibly great, and not just in South
Yes.
Africa, like, but in the world.
Yes.
He'd be one of those artists who would have made it in the US, like would have gone to
Very
the US
fast.
and
Yeah.
actually made it, like on a proper stage where he doesn't just go there and it kind of seems like he's an upcoming artist
Yes.
when he's over there. But yeah, I feel like if it wasn't just for that little thing, he would have been incredibly great.
And I agree. But I think you know how they always say life begins at 40. MC is still young, man. A lot can change. And I'm here
Yeah,
for it all. One time of
yeah,
me, I'll stay supporting MT.
yeah, yeah. But my worry is the kind of damage that the lean has done because even when he speaks, like it's almost incomprehensible what he's saying.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like maybe a speech therapist might help. I don't know.
Yeah, recovery plays a big deal. I think with time,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think with time, might regain all of that back.
yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to regain it back because we do need an artist like MT. We do need MT actually, not just an artist like MT.
We
We
need
need
MT,
MT.
yes.
Yeah, we need MT to be back at his game, like on top of his game. Um, and while we're actually talking about like the live performers, I was actually thinking about Rihanna as well. When we actually go international, where Rihanna on
When it
stage
comes to what?
is not that great.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
you were going to give her flowers. I'm just like,
Oh
nah.
no no.
You see, there I am fighting you.
Yeah.
I love Rihanna, guys. Personally,
Hmm.
she's my favorite girly, unapologetic, like love her fashion, love her style, love who she is. She's true to herself, and I think that's one thing I love about her.
Yeah.
But that's not Rihanna can't perform.
Yeah, she's not that great on stage.
No,
Like I think for the Super Bowl, the pregnancy almost gave her some sort of break.
break a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, like it gave us some
there
kind of
wasn't so much
leeway.
pressure.
Yeah,
You would
like
be like, ah, it's fine. She's pregnant.
yeah, she's pregnant. She can't really
Yeah,
dance
too
like her
much.
backup dancers and all of that. Because I remember when she was here in South Africa, and I think this was like 10
Hmm.
years ago, 2013 or something.
That's
People
horrible.
were complaining.
Yeah,
Yeah, people were complaining about that the fact that she was just standing in one spot throughout the entire night, which for most artists wouldn't be an
the whole
issue.
time. Yeah,
For artists like Adele, for instance, her standing in one place, it makes
because that's what we
sense
know.
because yeah,
Yes,
not just that's what you know, but because of the kind of music that she makes, you can't
she
expect
makes. Yeah,
Adele to dance on stage.
why is she dancing exactly?
Yeah. So for with Rihanna, the way that she actually her kind of music, it requires her to dance, but she really can't do that. Either she can't do it
Yeah.
or she won't do it. I don't know which one it is.
I don't know, man. Because when you think about her catalog, right? Even if you go as far back as is it Panda Replay, you go as
Yeah,
far back as no, guys. That
You look
song
at
alone
Umbrella.
tells you that this girl
Yeah.
needs to dance. And then you come back 2 years ago with Wild Thoughts. It's just like, nah, only girl in
Like,
the world. All of those songs, it's like, you're supposed to be performing.
mm,
You're supposed to be
but
dancing.
yeah,
Yes,
but
maybe when you sing Take a Bow, sorry, you're not gonna dance much. But other songs, it's giving,
yeah, like yeah,
you need to dance, baby girl.
yeah,
You need to perform.
yeah,
Rihanna, she's honestly she's one of my least favorite artists when it comes to performances, like live performances.
yeah,
She doesn't do what she's supposed to do.
yeah. She really doesn't. She really doesn't. But and with her, it's not like saying we hope she gets better because she's way too far into her
How
career.
retired? How
Yeah.
retired, Rihanna? I don't care who's and Rihanna is retired, guys. And I feel like we need to come to terms with that.
Yeah.
Rihanna isn't retired. Go back to enjoy her previous albums because that's all
Yeah.
we
You
have left
know.
of her.
Yeah. And now with the kids, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets pregnant again before the end of this year,
Isn't she
because
pregnant right now?
I think she gave birth like not too long ago, wasn't she?
Ingane like less three no més two.
I think it was two. Is it second or third? I don't know.
At this one. No, her man is not giving her a chance to breathe, man. Yo, he's not giving her a chance to breathe. You know, and he's making sure. He is making sure.
Yeah, yeah. But and hopefully they're all planned. Like they decide this is
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
want right now. But yeah, hopefully she doesn't get pregnant again very soon because right now she was doing her uh I think she just released like a hairline or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
She's a bit busy right now. She's a bit busy with anything but music.
Bad music, great. And I feel
Yeah.
like it's been years. How many years have you been asking Rihanna? I think when I asked to a point where I also stopped asking. I'm just like nice, and I think I stopped when just after COVID. So I'm just
Yeah.
like this woman is not gonna give us music, and it's okay.
Yeah, but also
She
I'm
did what
glad.
she did. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I'm glad that she's not releasing it. She's not releasing new music due to the pressure.
The pressure,
Yeah,
yes,
because we you look at Mugs for instance. Mugs
yeah,
only has like one album, I think, and people have been begging him to release music. Yet we
mm-hmm.
know because Mugs is the king of features. If you want the best
Yes,
of Mugs, get him featured on an
feature him.
album.
Correct.
Yeah, but as far as a solo album is concerned, yeah, that's a whole different beast on its own.
That's a different ball game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I
Yeah.
also can't hear it. I don't know why, but I think maybe it has to simmer. But we'll see. But for me,
Yeah, but
Max is the king of features, guys. If you want to feature someone, call Max.
Mugs, yeah. Yeah,
He's
like
gonna give you what you want.
yeah, yeah.
Solid.
And I don't know if I've said it before, but I feel like if Mugs was to release an album, rather release an album of all the feature songs that he did, his favorite, that were never
Yeah.
released.
Yeah.
Like every song that it was featured on but was never released that he loves. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
that should have been his album.
That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's where we are with Mags and Rihanna at the moment. Actually, I had something else that I wanted to talk about, but I think I forgot. I forgot. I mean, hopefully, I'll remember as we go on. I don't know if you have anything on your mind that you want to talk about.
Is it local or international? What you wanted to talk about?
I think it was local, or maybe I'm not even sure.
Is it not Northtown Heights, the documentary?
No, no, but actually, let us talk about that. It wasn't even on my mind right now, but yeah, let us talk about that. I has the documentary aired yet?
No, not okay, not on TV. I could be wrong because I
Yeah,
don't watch TV, right? But I saw a lot of artists there last week. I think it's the screening, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
And I know there's a few parts to it, but I saw a few artists there at the screening. Was it last weekend or last week during the week? I'm not sure. But I think before they got to that part, I saw DJ Zandy posting something about it. And automatically my head went to, are they bringing the event back? I didn't even read what was happening. 'Cause I was just like, what? Wait, what? Then I read, I'm just like, Lingboril. And then I read and I was like, you guys have bored me. Like deep down in my heart, you have bored me.
Yeah,
And finally, when I said that, the amount of people who were saying the same thing in my like on my tweet,
yeah.
they were like, Zandi, I was so ready to go buy a ticket. I'm like, same. If there's
Yeah,
one event that I really loved with everything in me, other than Back to the City's Maftan Heights,
yeah,
I
yeah,
had the
but
time of my life there.
yeah,
You know,
because
when it's just about hip hop, man, it was amazing.
yeah, yeah. Because I remember just reading about it or seeing it on the timeline when it was still happening.
Mm.
But yeah, but I've never actually been there. But I know that the documentary is supposed to air on Channel O, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to air
I
on
must
on
check
Channel
actually
O.
because I think I really want to watch it.
Yeah.
Just to relive those moments, man. It was so nostalgic, guys. I think that's why I met Ginger for the first time, if I'm not mistaken,
Hmm.
like years back. I think I was still in high school even. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a
Yeah.
while. And it was
Uh,
amazing. Like reliving all those moments, Jabba performing, Kuli performing, because Kuli was peaking back then. I was obsessed with Kuli. Kuli was peaking back then. We had Otuks who were always on stage. It was a great time.
Yo,
It
where
was
did they
a great
actually
time
do
for me.
Maftown Heights?
The ones that I attended, they were in Mary Fitzgerald Square.
Or Mary
The other one was
Fitzgerald?
by the park. The other one was there was a park outside Saibono.
Yeah.
So sometimes they use it as a parking to back to the city. See where Mary Fitz is? There's a park on the other side, opposite baseline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had it there last time because it was getting bigger. Because it started small as well, then it got bigger. So when they had it there also, that by
Yeah.
that park by Mary Fitzgerald Square. It was
Oh,
amazing.
okay.
So Newtown used to be that place. Like it was a go-to for almost all these events.
Yeah. Because actually I knew about Newtown way before I actually even started frequenting Joburg. Like when I was still in high
Yeah,
school, I knew about Newtown. I knew about Baseline. I knew about the Market Theatre.
yeah.
And most of this I saw because we used to buy like a Sunday World. Yeah, Sunday World. So most
Mm.
of these
And
things
Hype
are
magazine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is where I would read about those places. But yeah, like Mouthtown, like, how was the atmosphere in Mouthtown Heights compared to back to the city?
Honestly, it's almost the same thing. I think that's why I loved it so much.
Hmm.
I think there's something about the hip hop culture that is just it it's family, man. Everyone becomes family. And I think for me also having experienced back to the city back then and now,
Yeah,
yes, now that it's still family because of the friends that you made back then or the people that you got to know, right?
yeah,
But now I don't want to say classism, but there's kind of that feeling of there's levels now, you know?
hmm,
But before there was none of that. I'd be lying to
yeah,
yes, you'd get a VIP tag for like 100 rand or like 120, but it didn't even feel like that because they were hardly at VIP. But now you know how everything, especially in Joburg, I'm not sure about other areas because I'm not there, but you know how everything has become about bottle service, you
yeah,
know? Everything has become about who's the biggest baller. And Mountain Heights was never that because of the time that it was happening in, right? Same with Backstreet. It's Backstreet back then and Backstreet now. Yes, it's still a hip hop event, but then there's it's different a bit, you know.
yeah,
You can feel when you are in the Hennessy booth. You can feel when you are in general.
yeah,
But before there was none of that. There was generally none of that. Like everyone was because we'd go to the museum exchanging song for the summit and we
mm,
all walk out and we all buy the main event. Even if you're a
yeah,
VIP tag, you'll even forget it's like a VIP tag, you know. So with Mountain Heights, I think because it did it before the time of lifestyle and ballers and
yeah,
it was very true to the hip hop fraternity, the family.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
it was amazing because at times I think I still remember my experience me meeting Ginger for the first time. I remember it vividly because I don't remember who was on stage, but he had performed already, and I'm standing over by General with my best friend, and he was walking like I know someone's walking towards you, but you don't see them properly, like from your peripheral.
Yeah.
And person was like, isn't this Ginger? And I said, I'm like, oh, it's him. Then he's like, hi Z. I'm just like, oh, you know
Oh.
me. Shocking. Didn't think you know me. But hey, you know, we said we spoke. And I don't know what's, I think behind him it was all TDF National pages. So, and they were just walking around, like everyone was just open and carefree, you know? And
Yeah.
I think that's the industry that we, I think that's what even now who's the speed star is trying to do with the whole events that where he records a podcast live.
Yeah.
I feel like he wants people to remember the good old days where everyone is just the same. Yes, there are artists, but everyone is just the same. At the end of the day, we all like one thing, and we're all
Yeah.
here for the hip hop. And that's
Yeah.
how Mountain Heights was for me. It was always that. It was about the music, the culture, the vibe. Because you know how big the word swag was back then. It was about the swag as well. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean because even though I wasn't going to these events back then at the time, but I was watching, I was on the Back to the City website and I was going like
Mm,
through some of the videos that they posted back then. And you could
yeah,
actually tell, even with Back to the City when I was still under the bridge, the proximity between the audience and the stage
in the stage.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just, it was
You
almost
could
like
literally touch them.
yeah, it was almost like it was a
Yeah.
makeshift type
Yes.
of t type of situation,
Yeah.
where it was almost like, guys, everyone is here. Let's just put something together, put
Let's
some,
put together.
yeah, let's
Correct.
put this thing together, create a stage so everyone can see, and like the level of respect and love in that place, you could see it in
Yeah.
all these videos. So I totally get what you're talking about.
I mean, it was very chilled. It's our thing. I think if they were bringing it back, I think that's why a lot of us were going to go just
Yeah.
to relive those moments. I think there was a whole lot of nostalgic feel about it. It's a thing of, ah man, yes, I'm not gonna see Jabba again, but I'm going to go for the culture, because one thing about like I think I got my favorite performances at Jabba, sorry, Jabba from there.
Yeah.
Yes, back to City when he was there, amazing. But not Sunrise. I think when something is you deep
Mm.
down, you feel in your heart that this is me.
Yeah.
He gave us one of the best performances. Like it was my Sunrise was amazing, man.
Yeah. And that now that you say that, I'm thinking about guys like Jabba himself, or Stogie, particularly Stogie. Stogie is not someone that you see performing a lot in South Africa. But for him to just show up for an event like Back to the City and an event like Maftown Heights, it speaks of what the culture is like.
The culture is about,
Yeah,
correct.
during those events, which is quite amazing.
And it's amazing. I love those events, man. I always looked forward to them. I think, and now when you talk about events, it just also took me back to remember the days of um breakdancing, cramping, and all of that. And
Yeah,
there was Masters of Rhythm.
yeah,
I one thing about me, I've always been about hip hop. Like, because I used to love and breathe hip hop. There was Masters of Rhythm. I will make a plan. I'll go. I don't care if it's in the East. You know how much I hate the East. But even if they said it's in the East, I will go to the East. That's what how much I love the culture. I would watch Masters of Rhythm because it used to play on Vuza, right?
mm,
So play people get eliminated, not every week. Then the final week it happens live somewhere.
mm,
I would be there in the audience, and there would be artists performing like a lot, man. Because I think there's a year the Questa performed and performance of his life. I think he was performing Boom Shakalaka, if I'm not mistaken. It was amazing. I think he did it with Rabbit's House. Could be wrong. But all of those moments, when you think back, I remember Robert Boy still used to dance back then at Cramp and I, like all of that, just like guys who have been fans of this hip hop thing for a long time. And
time, yeah,
it's amazing. And yes, the kids don't have that right now. I don't see dancing competitions much. Even if they are, it's like Red Bull now and again.
yeah.
But
It's more
unlike it
professional
was
than
before.
before. Yeah,
Yeah. Before it was authentic, man. It was nice.
yeah,
And that's why we were like, if Matson Heights comes back, it was just for 1 year, we'd definitely be there.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. But like, what do you think the chances are right now after this documentary airs? that they might think, you know what, maybe let's try Maftan House again. What do you think the chances are of that happening?
Honestly, I see it.
Mm,
I think it would work also because as much as not everyone is from Mouthtown, but I think if you think and you think about your McLarens, you think about 25K, your changes right now,
yeah,
it's just like there's potential. Cooley is still fire. And I think as much as people are doing other things outside, they would do it for the culture. You would see Utuk's come back and be like, no, I want to do it. You
yeah.
know, yes, I
We'll
know
see more
Muli was out
Mulimi
there,
on there.
we are
Yeah,
Lima, but he
yeah,
would come, you know. I really feel like even if it's they say it was just for 1 year, just doing it for this year
yeah,
as a tribute maybe to Jabba or whatever. But I think I do see a potential. I don't know why, but I feel like it will work.
yeah,
And the
yeah,
thing is also with it, it's not just people who are rapping Maftown or Setswana and whatnot, right? But there's also and friends. It's always that thing. It's not just them.
yeah.
It's hip hop, you know. And then
Because
you
you
look at
mentioned
the
Java
culture.
as
The
well.
culture is rich. No, I went to say Jabba when I was speaking
Oh,
about
Java.
Maftan
Oh, okay.
Heights. Jabba, yeah. But I'm just saying, I feel like the culture is rich. So if you say Maftan Heights and friends, I feel like it could work.
Yeah, yeah. I do see how it could work, and there's a lot of upcoming artists that used to perform there as well, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. When I think back, actually, it would be a nice thing.
yeah, yeah.
And now
Oh,
I feel like people also have more experience when it comes to curating events, organizing events.
mm,
So, and if the right people put their heads together, they might make it work.
yeah. Hopefully they do make it happen. Yeah. Hopefully they do make it happen. But Because this thing still doesn't want to come back to me what I wanted to talk about. But I
Mhm.
think I'm just gonna leave it for this week anyway. So what I wanted to ask you is there anyone at the moment that you're listening to? Anybody new?
I mean, you know who I'm
Good.
listening to. I mean, you know who I'm listening to. The day doesn't go past. You
Yeah.
know who I'm listening to. As you know what? Somebody needs to free me from the shackles of Tony and Usmamani.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to free me.
Oh
Like
man.
I find myself going, "Ufuganda tunga bayeke." I'm just like,
Yeah.
yo, guys, what's going on? Like, or if it's not that, I'm just like, Usmamani gam, Usmamani. I'm
Yeah.
just like, Sandy, relax, relax.
Yeah. And
But yeah, man, I think I'm enjoying Usmamani so much. I'm enjoying
mm,
Usuni Diamond so much.
yeah.
Um, yeah, man, those are my guys right now. I'm loving them
Yeah. And I
every day
saw
without fail, man.
Yeah, and I saw an Instagram post from Osman Man. It was for this past weekend. Actually flew his mother in from Durban, no, from KZN.
Hmm.
She was in Joburg for the very first time in her life.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
yeah, so he was just pretty much taking her out and spending the weekend with her. And it was particularly, I think, for Father's Day. Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, it was particularly for Father's Day that she did that. And funny enough that you do mention Tony Diamond, we were supposed to be talking to him tonight. Now, so this episode was supposed to be an interview with Tony, but they're in studio right now. The recording. So yeah, and it's
they
been
need to rest before they burn out because hey,
yeah,
they are
because
working. They
they've
are
actually been
working.
busy. They've been busy because I've been seeing his
Yeah.
managers posts on Instagram because I think they're in Cape Town actually today. I think they had like a music video. Was it a music video? I don't know, but they arrived in Cape Town yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. But over the past weekend, they had like a few gigs. I think they're in Port Shepstone, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Not too long ago, they were shooting a music video. So yeah, that they are really really busy.
They're
He's really
working.
yeah,
Mm.
they're really really working. But yeah, hopefully they get some time to rest, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to him. Hopefully for next week.
Mm.
Yeah, hopefully for next week. So I'm praying. I'm praying eventually, and I'm actually hoping that I actually get his manager's number. I should actually just ask for his number
Yeah,
instead of texting. It will make the communication a lot
it was
easier.
quicker. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but we'll definitely eventually have Tony Diamani with us,
definitely.
and which will hopefully lead to having Usmamani here as well, because I want to hear both their stories.
Oh, definitely. And like, they're so amazing, man. The way they gel on songs together. I'm just
Yeah,
like the flow, guys, it's amazing. You know, when you just listen to someone and it sounds like the same person, but it's not,
yeah,
because of how much they rub off each other.
yeah.
A combo that works for me. A
Yeah, it's kind
combo
of like
that works.
listening to Java and Anzo when Java's rapping.
I was actually about to go there. I'm just like, guys, Anzo, please give Anzo his flowers while he's still alive. Oh, I
Yeah,
am
that guy is
obsessed.
brilliant.
Guys, Anzo is amazing.
Yeah, like
Anzo is
he's
one of my
brilliant.
favorite artists in this country. Anzo is amazing.
Yeah.
And before we end, I want to ask you, like, who do you want to receive like a body of work from this year? It doesn't have to be an album, even if it's a mixtape. Because now my answer is Anzo. I miss Anzo
Yeah.
by himself like that. I haven't heard Anzo in a while, man. Besides recently now on the Kabza chant, where he's the one who literally got the NP and was like, listen, hold my beer. Let me show you something. It's like, this nigga. Same thing that he did on Never Ride Remix. And Mama will Never Ride Remix probably has like two lines. But I'm
That's
just like,
yeah.
those lines are the hardest ones out of the entire remix. I'm just like, who is this kid? Eh? You know what he says about Ukabza on the song? It's literally him. You know, guys, when you walk with certain individuals that people can't see in the physical,
Mm,
guys, see what he says about Kabza, it's what I say about him.
yeah.
There's something about Anzo, and it's not
Yeah.
him, it's who he works with.
Yeah, like I feel like Anzo is on the right track as far as the people that he's working with and the people
Yes.
around him is concerned, because he's around. I think he is part of 1020, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
1020
part of
cartel, yeah.
1020
Last
Cartel.
I checked, he was, yeah.
Yeah. So for him to find himself for 1020, which means that he's working very close with Java as well as Raf, means that he's very close to, somewhat close to Big Zulu as well. And then you look at, and now you find him working with Kabza. Kabza trusting Anzo on such a song, on a song as Kabza Chant. That says a lot about who he is as an
Yeah.
artist,
Yeah.
and it also talks about where
As an
he
artist,
is,
correct.
yeah, behind the scenes, like proximity to great artists. So I feel like
Yeah.
for Anzo, it's only just a matter of time. He will, and when he actually
Yeah,
the
definitely.
spotlight does shine on him, it is just going to blow everyone out of the water. Like he is that
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, an artist who is good with the older generation and the younger generation.
Nation, yeah.
I
He's
feel like
basically the
it's
bridge.
Anzo.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's
He's the
Anzo.
bridge between the old and the young.
Like
Yeah,
there's something about him that just clicks. We put him on a song, he takes off.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
But
people who when they say when I get into the booth, everything just I shut everything out and
mm,
I'm in the zone and something takes over me. I
yeah,
feel like that's him. That's an explanation that I have for Anzo. I feel like when he's in the booth, everything just disappears. It's just him, his mic, and his feelings, and it just goes.
mm, yeah. But yeah. Like I would agree with you as far as Anzo being like someone that needs to release something this year, even if it's just an EP. It doesn't have to be like
Yeah.
a full album. Somebody else that I want to hear from, and I say this every time, it is Simi. Simi gave us one album.
Yes.
I see her
And she
posting.
said vibes.
She's in studio recording,
Hmm.
but nothing is coming. Like we need something from her.
Yeah.
Um, who else do I want an album from? Reason. Do I want an album from Reason, Jack?
Reason or Sizwe.
Reason.
Okay.
Caesar Alekine, uh, he's good. Like he's a good writer and he's great on
Hmm.
Amapiano. But I want something from Reason. Like I want a proper rap
Audio high
album.
definition.
Yeah, yeah. So it's something similar to that. something similar to that.
I get it.
Yeah, yeah. I think those are the people that I want to hear from this year.
Yeah. I see reason, guys. One thing about me, I'll forever stand reason in this household. It's
Yeah,
only reason. Don't care
yeah.
who says what. I'll never understand. It's like the hate against Pretty Ugly. I'd never understand it, and I don't want to understand it because I'm not interested. Because
Hmm.
personally, I will always support them. I'll always support Reason. I'll always support Pretty. Pretty is one of the best lyricists we have in this country,
Yeah,
and I'm willing
and
to
they
give
don't
my
even
life for
bother
it.
anyone.
Pretty is amazing. Listen, Pretty is amazing. He minds his own business. He gives us great raps, and he moves. But people always have something to say. But in this house, we will always stand Pretty Ugly.
Yeah, yeah.
Always.
Yeah, so going back for a little bit for me, to who I'm listening to at the moment, I came across this kid. He's called Kane Cade. I don't know if you know him.
No, I don't.
Like he's a very small kid, very small structure, I guess. Even his voice, you can hear that he's
Mhm.
still a kid. But I came across him, and I came across a guy. I don't know how to say his name, but it's spelled AMZ. So I don't know if it's Amzi or Ams.
Mhm.
Um, those are the two guys I've been listening to quite recently. Also listening to Makanj. I don't know if you know Makanj. She's a vocalist.
No, I don't.
Yeah. So she features on Kelvin Momo quite a bit, but she released
Mhm.
an EP I think 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, like it's amazing. Like it's a 6 track EP.
Mhm.
Also, yeah, pretty much amazing. So those are the three artists at the moment, new artists that I've been listening to. So yeah, I'm enjoying their music at the moment.
No, I'll definitely check them out.
Yeah.
I'll definitely give them a listen.
Yeah, like especially with Arms, like his for someone who's pretty new, he's got like this
Mhm.
mature sound to him. The way that
Wow,
he,
that's
he he
nice.
goes about his music is very very mature. Kane Cade, definitely you can hear that is still up and coming, but lyrically
Nice.
he is very very polished. He's polished. He's very very nice. So I feel like if Kane Cade gets like a proper opportunity, I think it's going to shine as well. It's going to shine brilliantly.
No, I'll definitely check them out.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to talk about.
Nah. Whoever loves me enough, please give me tickets to Spogoto on the 12th or the 13th. I'm not
Yeah,
picking. Whichever date, it's fine. The Friday, the Saturday,
yeah,
anything works for me. I'm not picky.
yeah, yeah. But you're most likely
But
to
one
get.
thing I know that I need to be at Joburg Theatre to see
Yeah,
that performance.
yeah. You're
Please.
more. You're most.
Thanks.
You're more. You're more likely to get the tickets for Saturday for Friday. But Saturday was sold out like long ago. The Saturday show was
But
sold
that's
out
my
long ago.
thing. So today, right? I still don't have the money, right? Because I don't know
Yeah,
I don't know what happened in June, guys. Whatever happened in June needs to be studied because wow, wow,
yeah. I know exactly
financially
what you
I'm in
mean.
trouble.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
Yo, guys, I have no idea what happened this month. I have no idea, right? But I don't know why. But I'm just like, let me just go through and see if the tickets are still there. So I go to web tickets. So and there's 2 dates, right? The
yeah,
Saturday is grayed out. It says sold out. But the 12th, which is a Friday, is still allowing me to select, right?
yeah,
So when I select, I'm thinking maybe there's still like two nyana left or like a section. I selected everything is grayed out, but then on the main page it says it's still possible for me to select. So I reached out to the web ticket guys on Twitter to ask what's happening. They haven't responded. I'm just like, ah, guys, is the system malfunctioning? What's going on? Because I was hoping, good, in a week's time, I'll still find something.
yeah, yeah. But
My get nice salary yakho. Nami vela imali yeticket.
yeah, but what do you think that happens actually? Is it because people have booked their tickets but they haven't paid us yet, or
That's
they've
what I'm
gone through like
thinking.
a particular process but payment hasn't been made yet?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's why the minute they are all sold, like there's proof that purchase them, maybe that's when it grays out on the main page as well. Because
Yeah.
when I checked earlier, it's still allowing me to select, but when I get to the main page, it's not allowing me to select the type of tickets because there's like different tickets, like six kinds, like different sections, right?
Yeah.
500, 550, 600, but none of them were there for me to select. So maybe people are doing what I was trying to do, like maybe book and see, but I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just
Yeah.
hoping someone comes through for the group. I don't even want a free ticket. Whoever's not going anymore, sell it to me. I'll buy it.
Yeah. As long as they don't sell it at an exorbitant price,
Yeah, no, no,
they
I'm not
need to
doing
be
that, guys. No, no
reasonable.
one steals economy. No one
Yeah.
steals economy. I'm sorry. I love Java, but
No.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Hopefully with this one, with this Google talk, we'll be able to change our minds a little bit about the Koelas, how they go about their music.
And we're getting there slowly but surely. My problem is the communication. Nangimdala, guys, angibezwa.
Like it's very hard,
I'm just like, are you really talking right
but
now? Are we trying to have a conversation?
yeah.
That's my problem.
And no, the thing is, it's not even about age really, because there's young people who also do not fully understand that whole Kwela language.
Hi, what's the boy? And they reply, and I'm just like, it's a conversation. It's a serious conversation. I'm just like, yeah,
Uh,
okay. I thought my Matsuke were bad when they spoke, but this is a different level.
yeah, this is a whole different thing.
This one is a different level. And
Yeah,
I look at this Java entertaining them as I share. I'm like, so yeah, I understand. So it's
yeah,
really not an age thing because Java is older than me.
yeah.
Or is it because he's always chilling with them?
He's hung around them long enough to
To
understand
get
what they're
it, no?
saying now. Yeah,
I saw one.
yeah.
I
But
saw why
I
was the
will.
ball?
Yeah, I want to know if Big Zulu understands what they're saying and what his
Ah,
response would be.
ah, ah, ah. Angithandi. Angithandi tu. Nhlobo, angiyithandi ke lento. No, guys. Also, and still,
Yeah,
isingisi saka Big Zulu right now. It's been like a progressive thing, and I am proud of him.
yeah,
As right now, he can hold his own right now.
mm,
Communication proper, but now we are pushing it. We're
yeah,
asking for a lot, one step at a time. But I wish Java's English has always been good, you know.
yeah,
So him catching on to the Oilers, it wasn't anything like
yeah,
it's a huge deal or whatever.
yeah.
But with the Zulu, it's a progressive thing.
And with Java, it's not just the language; it's also understanding pop culture.
Pop culture,
Like,
correct.
yeah, his
Because
understanding of
one thing
pop
about
culture
him
is amazing.
is he will bend. Actually, no,
Yeah,
Java's banter. Love it.
yeah,
Java's banter, guys. Yo. Azohlala and I read his tweets. I'm like, a person
yeah.
understands because one bayahlangana la ngapha. Then he's gonna give them that.
Yeah,
You go here, it goes here.
yeah.
One thing about Java is like, manje usubani bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, let's go. There's somebody today who posted a picture tagging Java as in like they took a picture with him, but that's not Java on the picture.
Yeah, I think it's
Java
a,
responded with hearts.
yeah, I saw that. I think it's like the guy's uncle or something. But at first, when I saw that picture, at first I thought it was Java, and then I think like no, something's not right
It's
here.
not him.
Yeah, something's not right.
No, one thing about
Mm.
Java is very fun, man. I think that's why also he's able to relate with those guys because he's childlike, you know.
Yeah,
At least when deep down he's that person. He gets the culture, pop culture, and all of that.
yeah. He's very easygoing. Like he doesn't
Yes,
take a lot of like I feel like he's understood what the internet is like. How people on the internet
yes,
are very different from in real life. So the things that are said on the internet doesn't allow it to get to him. It just responds. I mean, every now and then he will like hit hard, but for the
yeah,
most part,
chill.
it's just chilled and responses with banter.
Yeah, no, but that's my closing, guys.
Yeah,
So choose me.
yeah,
Just
but
remember. So
yeah,
whoever's watching this and has a connection or has a ticket,
yeah,
send me a message on Instagram. C
yeah.
underscore Mazibuko.
Yeah, I'll be praying for you regarding that because I'd
Yeah,
also love
now
to
we
be.
speak to your connects if you know someone that can do
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah. Because I'm hoping that I'll be able to be in Joburg around that weekend and hopefully go to the concert as well. If I get to go to both concerts,
I am
yeah,
going.
yeah. But then I'll make this promise to you that if I'm able to get one ticket, I'll just give it to you. I won't go myself because because I've already seen him perform in
Yeah,
December. So I don't want to deny you this one.
I need it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Even now. Hey, stranger.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that is all from us. The oracles for this week. We will be back again, hopefully next week.
Yep.
We do try. Actually, we didn't even apologize for not uploading anything last week, and I think the week before that.
The week before as
Uh,
well.
yeah, so it's things beyond our control. But yeah, we are trying our level best to be consistent with this thing. And hopefully, as time goes by, we do get better at this thing, at
Mm-hmm.
keeping updated about the music industry, and also get the um, types of interviews that we want to do because we would love to learn about our guests, and
Yeah.
it's always guests that we love, people that we love and people that we want to see do great music, that one day when you see them on big stages, you'll remember that you saw them on the oracles first before anywhere else.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do, and hopefully, as we go by, as we go on, we'll be able to achieve that.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
but
trying our best, and the best is this, man. It's all that matters.
yeah, yeah, but we'll be back again next week. Thank you very much for staying with us, for sticking with us. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please subscribe to the channel. Please share with your friends. Let everyone know that the oracles do exist, and we are here. We'll be here for a very long time, for as long as God allows us to be here. Now, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
until next week, have a good one. Cheers.
Bye.